Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top. We're going to bring others with us. Become a part of Peep Squad. Hit that notification bell so you can be a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad in the building, baby. So let's do this. Let's talk about Malik Yoba. OMG, it's going down with his situation. He came out and to support the trans women, the trans community, and it had kind of like backfired on him. And basically he is in a tub, or he's in a pot of hot water, and right now he's trying to get himself out of that situation. So let's get into it. So Yoba, he came out and basically was defending this guy because this guy was being teased because he was in a relationship or he had some encounters with a trans woman, and basically he's out there. It looks like he's in New York, and basically he's getting, I think his name is Reese, his middle name is Reese or something like that, and he's getting teased or whatever and being made fun of. And so basically Yoba, he came out and wanted to support this black guy because allegedly this black guy, went to go see Jesus. He took his own, you know what I'm saying? He went to go see the shadows of glory. And allegedly people believe that he went to go see the shadows of glory is because of he was teased and made fun of because he was with a trans woman, and come to find out that is not the case. That's alleged, not the case, because people are saying that he, went to go see glory is because, he was in an abusive relationship with a woman and was, terrorizing the woman, and basically he wanted to do a go to glory with him and the woman together. He wanted to do like, we one shot deal, and he wanted to, basically kill one bird with two stones. That's what he wanted to do, but it didn't happen that way. The girlfriend escaped, she got away, and she broke up with him, and that's the reason why he went to go see glory, because of the alleged drug use. They said that he was on a lot of narcotics, he was on a lot of substance, and so basically he wasn't thinking clearly, period, point blank, and he had a lot of issues going on in his life with, domestic violence and having a lot of substance abuse issues too as well. And he was afraid of the popos coming for him. So that's the reason why Malik or Yoba came out and said what he said about defending the trans community, because he is attracted to trans women. He's been in relationships with trans women. That is what Malik Yoba said, and he wanted to come out and support and trans women and basically have trans rights and all that other good stuff. So I was just like, OMG.
Good morning, family. First and foremost, I want to say thank you all the good folks who have reached out in the last 24 hours, seeing my name, talking about trans attraction. Imagine that, Malik Yoba. So here's the thing. We're human beings, and we're all part of the God body. And so, unfortunately, part of our mechanism is that we need to judge and categorize and ostracize and vilify and demonize the things we don't understand. As a black man, I know the stories my daddy told me. I know my history as a black man, what it meant for folks to tell you you don't matter. I don't believe that. I've never believed that of myself or other people. And so, toward that end, September 27th, 28th, Washington, D.C., the Trans Visibility March on D.C. I will be there doing my love and trauma workshop, the Trans Experience, and I invite you all to join in this.
So there you have it. Malik Yoba basically is just thanking the people that came out support him. He's talking about a march. He's talking about, what? Let's bring this to an agenda. Let's bring this to deck. Let's give this a platform. And he's basically opening it up, and he's letting everybody know his sexuality and what he likes and what he don't like. But on the flip side, his children's mother, it feels a certain type of way because she feels like she was blindsided. Her kids were blindsided by this information that Yoba came out with, because she was like, you didn't tell the kids, you didn't tell me, you didn't tell nobody that you was in a current trans relationship or anything like that. And when I became aware of the situation, you didn't even have a conversation with me. So it's like his children's mother, she didn't even know what was going on, and anything that she did know was going on, she kept it a secret, or if she suspected things, she kept it a secret, and the kids didn't know, and they kept things a secret. And basically she's saying that we kept so much a secret to protect you and the dynamics of our family that, I'm trying to reach out to talk to you and you don't want to talk to me. You don't answer my phone calls or anything like that, but yet you're doing this campaign and you're coming out publicly saying that you like trans women, you've been in relationships with trans women and all this other stuff. She was like, where is the concern for your children? Where's the concern for your family? It's like you want to do this shit in public and be all up out here, telling the world this and telling the world that. How about tell your firstborn first? How about tell your secondborn first? How about tell the woman that gave birth to your children first? That's how she feels about the situation, and she's shocked. And let me say, they do have some beautiful children. And, they support their father. They love their father. But this is something that he should have sat down and talked to them first before he told the public. Because, they look up to him. And they're going to have to deal with these questions of people going to be asking them or judging them. And how they can deal with the situation and know that they got their daddy's back and their daddy's support. Which they already going to be that way. But show them some support and give them some support to deal with your situation. Yoba, come on, you be doing way too much. Like the attention out here in these streets that people want so bad, they gonna get it, and did. He did get it, because after Yoba came out and basically declared, his sexual attraction, a young Mariah came out and she said basically she knows Yoba, and she was, she knew him when they were very young, when she was very young and she was in the meat district doing her thing, and Yoba would come through and ride through the neighborhood and solicit trans women. And so basically she was basically saying that his type is usually black trans, but he likes mixed trans too as well, or whatever the case may be. But Mariah came out with her story, and she said that, Yoba was out here trolling the streets. He was doing this, he was doing that. He didn't care if they were whatever age they was. He didn't ask for ID. He didn't ask anything about what was going on with them. And then on top of that, he gave them little chunk change too as well. And then on top of that, he was living a good life and was coming to the meat district and picking up people that might have been underage, or trans women that might have been underage. And it's a situation that she described that he doesn't like to use protection at all. I was like, OMG. I was like, it's going down. So Mariah was out here telling the whole story, telling everything that she can think of, that she can tell. She even went on a campaign on Instagram and basically was talking about Yoba, this, I don't want no money from you, Yoba. I don't want to get fame off your name. If I wanted to get fame off your name, I would use somebody else. And Mariah was like, I was with a rapper that is very famous and it's on video recording tape, and if I want a clout, I will use him to get clout and not you, because nobody knows about you, New York undercover guy. And also Mariah was like, listen, I was in a group home back in the day. We didn't have cable, so it was very rarely we was able to see New York undercover on TV, and when we did, I wanted to share, but I didn't think anybody was going to believe me. So we have that whole situation. There's a lot of things I had to just take out of the post because it was just way too much for me to even talk about, for real. So I don't know if this is actually true, if this actually went down, but this is what Mariah has been out here saying. Mariah has been out here campaigning that Yoba be out here in these streets, and he know that some of these trans women, or young women too as well, and it's a problem. And so I'm just like, I don't know if Yoba is actually out here picking up trans women on a street corner, in the meat district area or whatever the case may be. That's just like, yo, what's going on? And it seems like Yoba's baby mama didn't even know what he was up to, or if she thought it, or she had some suspect going on, she just kept it to herself because she didn't want, I guess, to offend him or accuse him of something that he probably didn't do. But it's up to you to believe what Mariah is saying about Yoba and about when they had encounters where Mariah was actually underage. So let's move on to Yoba. He gets now he's hearing all these rumors and allegations that are coming from Mariah about, being with him when, Mariah was, under the age. And so this is what he says on Instagram.
How quickly people love to spread news with no proof for child abuse. You confused, I see you. You choose to try to make me lose, but I can't. If you try to stand in my shoes, you would lose. You can't win when you live in sin. When you got to begin where it begins again. In the beginning, I told you there was the word, and the word said we will love, and we will love each other. No matter what, you my sister, my brother, whether you be a trans man or a trans woman, I do not know. If you do not understand, yes, this is a freestyle. I'm feeling kind of wild off the top of my dome in somebody else's home. Leave me alone with your words and your comments and the shit you don't throw upon the dome as I think about it daily. Made me move deeper and deeper into my warrior spirit. Here I come. You're going to see it and you're going to hear it. You're going to fear it if you don't understand it. Lean into it so you understand it. See, because all of this is just the way God planned it. You the one that's confused. You the one that's going to lose. How you like that? Those little freestyle. You know, a lot of nonsense is floating around town the last few days. I'm like, what am I going to say about all this? I'm not going to defend myself. I'm going to dig deep. I'm going to lean into my creativity. I'm going to lean into the purpose, and the purpose is the service. That's all it's about. Love. September 27th, Love and Trauma Workshop hosted by yours truly and Miss Carmen Carrera. And on the 28th of September, the Trans March on DC. That's the only reason I posted the video in the first place, was to draw attention to an important subject. The visibility of all people is important.
Oh, Lord have mercy. You guys tell me what you think about the situation. I was like, yo, this is just really crazy. But there has always been rumors about Yoba from back in the day with, New York Undercover, that, one of his castmates, the Latino guy, I can't think of his name at this point, that, they had a relationship and Yoba really was after him or whatever the case is. And that's why the show ended. That's one of the alleged rumors. But I hope and I pray that Yoba was not out here picking up young teenagers or minors, because that's wrong. That's dead wrong. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to ask someone that's working on a street corner their identity. You're going to ask them for their age. They're going to tell you whatever age you want to hear. And usually they don't carry identification, because that way, they can go in as John Doe, Jane Doe, or whatever the case may be if they actually get arrested for solicitation or whatever the case may be. And a lot of them don't have license. A lot of them don't be involved with the government. They be out there hustling, making their own money the way that they can. So I just hope he was not doing it. And if it's actually true, maybe there will be some other people that will be coming forward and saying some things about the situation. But it's just kind of weird now that, it comes out now, after he, make a statement and says that he's here for trans women and he wants to protect the rights of trans women and all that other good stuff. Then we have a trans woman that come out and say, hey, listen, this, Yoba took advantage of me when I was a kid, and I ain't the only one. And, he be cruising the streets in his Jeep and his truck, blasting the music, doing the most, and he does not like to use protection. So this is a catch-22 type of situation. So it's whether you believe Yoba was out there, picking up young. Maybe he could have been out there picking up, trans women, but maybe he was picking up older trans women. But how would you know and how would you tell? Because there's a lot of people that are out there and living that survival lifestyle that they will perpetrate that they are a certain age, which they're not. But if you have a conversation long enough with someone underage, you'll find out that they are underage, because you'll just get it, unless they're really articulate and unless they really pay attention to adult things and what adult people like and what people in their 30s or 20s or 40s will be interested in. And I don't think Mariah was on that type of level. You know what I'm saying? So if that was the case, he probably could be able to tell the age of Mariah. So it's just like, it's a catch-22 situation. It's a bad situation for real. But we also got to be aware that we have heard many of stories like this where people out other people or are accused, men of being with trans women, and sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not true. But it has been a trend for like the last 20 years. And just like what, it just happens so many different times that it's like, when these situations actually occur and happen, people sometimes have their doubt. my situation is I just want to make sure he's not hurting children. He wasn't messing with children for real, for real. He said he wasn't. He's denying the claims, but I don't know if that's true. Just like I don't know if what Mariah is saying is actually true. So it's really hard. So you got to be really careful who you mess with and who you deal with and who you bring around your children, because you don't know what they have done in their past, and you don't know what they're capable of, and you don't know what's in their soul, in their heart, and you bring these people around your kids and your family. So it's really important to get to know somebody, ask them questions, watch their behavior. Sometimes you just got to do background checks on people too as well, because this is crazy. Like, I'm not against people outing people or whatever the case may be, but if you guys consider you both going to keep something a secret and one tells, they tell. But like, I'm not here for people to be on a down low messing with men and women, because my preference is I would like to have a heterosexual male. I don't want a bi male. I don't want anything else but a heterosexual male, and I should have that right, fortitude, that right to have a heterosexual male. I don't have anything against bisexual males. I don't have anybody against non-gender. I don't have anything against that, but I don't want to compete with a penis. I would rather compete with a vagina. I don't want to compete with anybody, period, for the person that I love and I want to be with. Actually and factually, I should be the only one, but there are some people that do things on the down low and then they bring it to you. So it's like sometimes you really have to put people to a test and really get to know them and find out information about them, get to know who their friends are, get to know who their relatives are, get to know them. You got to get to know them on social media too as well, because you don't know what someone does in the dark. And sometimes if you give it a little bit of time, you'll find out what anybody's about if you give it time. But if you rush right into it, move in with them, they move into your house, you bring them around your kids real quick, you don't know what you get. And so the moral of the story is protect yourself, protect your neck, and ask for IDs and check. And also use protection too as well, and inform your baby mother, your children's mother, and your children if you're gonna come out and let people know what your sexual preference is and what you like is very different than what they believe it to be. Then let them know first too as well. And then also do your research about before you want to announce to the world about this young man that was being teased, but actually, he was doing harmful things to other people, and he was under a lot of narcotics. And even Mariah says this too as well, that she knew dude, and dude, was handling his girlfriend in the worst type of way, and he was on a lot of substance, and a lot of other people brought up information on it too as well. And also Reese's, whatever his name is, girlfriend, she said that he tried to take her life, but she was able to escape and get away and free herself. And so it is what it is. I don't know. I guess it's good for, Yoba to actually come out and say what he needs to say, but I don't know if he actually weighed the consequences of saying what he had to say. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it, with what he had to say or anything like that. But I think the problem is whether he was involved with someone underage and underprivileged. That's the question, because that could be anybody's child, that could be anybody's son or daughter too as well. And you got to do your due diligence to make sure you protect yourself and you protect children too as well. And the other moral of the story is help all the kids out here. Bring them food, try to give them shelter, get them, signed up to different organizations. It's very easy to do that too, and give out pamphlets, hand out things to them, and also go to your community and neighborhood organizations and find out, how can we help homeless teens so they don't have to get into this trade of lifestyle, because these people that pick them up don't give 2 cents about them and don't care and what they are exposing these children to. And these children are just trying to survive and eat from all walks of life. Peace, I'm out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Just guys tell me what you think about the situation. Peace, I'm out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples.